Good morning, everyone. Happy November. I want to welcome you to Training Thursday in the Marketing to Millionaires Success Circle. My name is Kelly O'Neill, and for those of you who are brand new to me here, I am your host here in the circle and the Marketing to Millionaires expert. So as you join, please do make sure that you drop something in the comments. Let us know that you are here. Let us know that you are here. Let us know a little bit about your business, a little bit about you. If you've taken the Profitpreneur, assessment, let us know your type. And if you have a profit concierge, make sure you tag them and say hello. Okay, so before we get started into today's topic, which I'm really excited about, and I want to give everyone just a minute here to jump on, I want to introduce myself and also do a little bit of housekeeping here in the circle. All right, so many of you know, because you have heard, that we are in the process of doing a major cleanup campaign on our marketing as well as here in the circle. And our intention for the circle is to create a really extraordinary group of high-performing entrepreneurs who are committed to adding 6 or 7 figures in the next 12 months or less to their bottom line by marketing to affluent clients. And so we specifically work with service-based professionals who are, you know, we've got so many different types of industries, but the one thing that they have in common is they want to learn to master marketing to affluent clientele. So we've got everyone from lawyers to accountants to holistic practitioners. We have consultants, interior designers, architects. I'm just trying to think. We have luxury personal service providers. We've got people that do private jet brokering. We've got, luxury professional providers. We've got travel consultants, luxury travel consultants, all different types of industries. Anybody who would want to make a, learn to master marketing to affluent clients, that is exactly what this group is for. So one of the things about that is that we've made the decision that we are going to be keeping our circle very tight. And that means that in order for people to join and be able to stay here, we give them a 30-day temporary pass to come in to make sure that they can see what we're up to here, that it's the right fit for them. And we have developed a welcome process. So just so you guys are aware, for those of you who have been in the circle for a long time, and maybe you're seeing this now, for those of you who are here that have been in the circle for a long time, if you've not gone through our welcome process, you are going to be removed on November 15th, and then you'll have to reapply. So please do make sure that you go down to unit number 1 and you make sure that you go through the welcome process. If you are a client of ours, you are good. You're good to go. We've already put you on the approved list, so no worries there. We have a lot of exciting things that are going to be coming up over the course of the rest of this year that you are not going to want to miss out on, including some very special trainings coming up. One on the 16th, we're going to be doing a State of the Union with my core marketing and sales partners, where we're going to be talking about exactly what's going on here in the market. We also are going to be doing some private invite-only positioning and messaging workshops that are going to be complimentary, but you have to have gone through the welcome process in order to be invited to those, because the invitations are only available through your Profit Concierge. So I want to make sure that you know about that. We've got some other networking plans here in the mix, as well as some other exciting things for you. The one other thing that I want to make sure of is that you guys let us know the topics you want to hear. So it looks like you guys are looking for marketing topics. Fantastic. I'd love for you to put in the thread below some of the things that are going on for you in your business. Like, what are the biggest challenges that you are having in your business, and how can we help you solve them here as they relate to affluent marketing and building and scaling your business utilizing an affluent marketing model? Okay, so please drop those below. All right. Thank you. Thank you. You're so cute. Thank you, Lena. Lena says I look amazing today. Well, I appreciate it because I just went with the old ponytail. All right. It is actually so beautiful here in Vegas, you guys. I had a beautiful walk this morning, worked out, took the puppies out. It was gorgeous. All right. So here's what we're going to be covering today. We're going to be covering we are going to be covering the 3 CEO tips to increase your productivity, your focus, and ultimately your profits. So as you're just jumping on, please make sure that you introduce yourself, give yourself a shameless plug. Like, let other people know in here what you do and what you're up to and who you want to connect with, because this is the time. Okay. And for those of you who are brand new and you have no idea who I am, let me just briefly introduce myself. My name is Kelly O'Neill. I'm a brand marketing and profit strategist, and I specialize in helping entrepreneurs and emerging companies really scale their businesses effectively. And part of that strategy that I teach in that, I help them scale effectively through a process called the profitology process, which is how you you get everything going in the right order so that you can rapidly accelerate your business. I teach people to scale and build their businesses that way. And then part of that is teaching them to work really smart and strategically, which is why I recommend marketing to affluent clients, because we don't want to market to broke people. Okay. Marketing to broke people is not a good strategy, and especially now. So for the past 20 years, I've been teaching entrepreneurs around the world my signature program, which is Marketing to Millionaires. And I'm known as the go-to expert for service-based businesses to market and sell to affluent clients and to serve them. Because it is very different. And I will tell you that when an affluent client who's willing to write the check to you to be served, when they are not getting that level of service, it is going to be a problem. So you either get to have loyal raving fans that refer and build your business for you, or you are going to have disgruntled people that are going to be a pain in the neck. So I help you guys master that so that you can have the business that you desire. Okay, so today what we're going to be talking about is, we're going to be talking about the 3 CEO tips in order to really build your business in this time of uncertainty. So especially here in America, we've just gone through an election. We're still really in the middle of it, and everything is very uncertain, right? And we know that, I'm wondering how many of you feel that. I'm wondering how many of you feel that in your businesses, or you're seeing that with your clients, or you're seeing that on Facebook. One of the things that I've noticed personally this week is, people like my friends and colleagues, people are like, I am just staying off Facebook until this whole thing is done. I'm staying off of, social. I've noticed that even in our calls, even with our client calls, we had a drastic drop in how many people showed up, because right now what's happening is people they're inundated, right? Even if you're not here in America. I mean, I've been having conversations with my friends from around the world. Everyone is watching this election. And so it's just a little bit, it's not business as usual. It is not business as usual. It is a very strange and unprecedented time. So I'm curious for you guys, how many of you feel like you've had a hard time focusing, or had a hard time being productive? Or here's another thing. How many of you felt really tired this week, right? Everyone I talked to has felt like absolutely, they're exhausted, right? People are just exhausted. And so in the midst of that, how do you, as the CEO of your business, stay focused, stay, yeah, people are saying all of the above. I've checked in on social media a little bit and then I'm just done for the day, right? So as the CEO of our business, we need to make sure of two things: that we are not only showing up fully in our role as a CEO, but then in addition to that, that we are leading our teams. For those of you who have teams, that we are able to lead our teams through this as well, and our clients, because they're going through it as well. But we've got to take, like, here's the thing, right? Yeah, exactly. Bear says crazy time. Yeah, it's been really challenging. So as a CEO of our business, we have to make a conscious decision to rise above everything that's going on and focus on our business, because we are the driving force in our business, and we can either allow things to take us out or we can buckle in and choose our destiny. And that's the way that I run my business. I look to run my business from a place of conscious creation, deliberate, intentional creation. Yeah, Jasmine, who is like obviously our right hand here, says, I'm not even in the US and I can feel the tension just by looking at my Facebook timeline with the pandemic and the election. It's exhausting, right? So yes, you have to take care of yourself. Like, first and foremost, as the CEO, you have to take care of yourself. One of the reasons that I've been making this conscious decision after this launch, like, I'm getting up, I'm getting out into the sun, I'm walking the dogs in the morning, I'm making sure, I'm drinking my water, I'm taking my supplements, I'm making sure to take care of myself so that I can be there for my team, and so I can be there for my clientele and for you guys here in our circle. So step one of this whole thing is to take care of yourself. Okay, that's just a bonus step. I want to talk about really 3 tangible things that you can do in order to create profit in the face of adversity, right? In the face of everything that's going on here. I want to give you 3 skills. It does start with you taking care of yourself. It starts with you making that decision, right? That is the starting point. That is the springboard for you to elevate your results. I want to talk about focus. So have you guys ever heard the acronym follow one course until successful? Follow one course until successful. One of the things that I see young entrepreneurs doing is they're trying to model their mentors' businesses, right? They're trying to model their mentors' businesses, which is not a good strategy unless you have a business extremely similar to your mentor. As an example, I've heard my clients say to me, well, wait a minute, I saw you do this, or you're doing this. And I said, yes, but I have a established brand. I have a well-established brand. I have, partners all over the world. I have a very large team of amazing human beings. I know a lot of you guys got to meet my amazing team last week. So, I have an amazing team of human beings. My business is in a different place. So if you're trying to model my business to grow, that's not necessarily going to be effective for anyone, right? Because my business is in a different place. I also have different skill sets. I have different clients. So this whole idea of like modeling people when you don't understand the strategy behind what you're modeling is going to be challenging. Okay. And the other thing is, so when people come to me and I do consulting sessions with them, right, where I look over, like we do this, I'm actually doing a boardroom event tomorrow, right, which is my small group live consulting event where I take a group of entrepreneurs and I help them develop the next right step. So everyone gets a 45-minute hot seat. Everyone gets to be, everyone gets to be in the hot seat. Everyone gets to listen to me consult with other people so that they can grow their business. And when I'm doing that, one of the things that happens is I have people submit intake forms for that. And we have these, one of the things I see a lot is that I see these businesses that are like one person and they've got like 10 different offers and they're trying to leverage and they're not even profitable yet. And they don't have a team and their cash isn't where they want it to be. And they're trying to chase so many different avenues. And if you guys were in the profit intensive, you heard me talk about this. They're trying to chase so many different avenues of business that they can't get anything done. And this is, those of you who are my innovators, you know who you are if you took the Profitpreneur assessment. Those of you who are my innovators, you guys are the worst, right? Like, you're the worst because you want to just create all the time. The challenge is that that's not what creates profit, right? That's not what creates profit. What creates profit is focus. If you want to add 6 figures to your business fast, focus. Follow one course until successful. Do not try to do all the things. In my Profitology Business Incubator program, when my clients ask me for feedback on something, and they ask me for feedback like in a silo, like, well, what do you think I should do with this affluent webinar? And I say, well, show me the entire strategy and funnel. Like, what exactly is the entire what is the entire path? And like, how are you going to market this? And what is the entire, upsell on the back end? Like, did you plan the whole thing out? We teach this in our Marketing Millionaires Business Accelerator too, about creating campaigns to create a specific result. I want you guys to be going after one result in your business, especially if you are trying to break that 6 or multiple 6-figure barrier. Like, what's the one result, and what are the things that you're going to do in order to create that, right? You've got to follow one course until successful. So if you are in business and like, you've got your service package, you've got your affluent service package, and you know that in order to make significant growth in your business and to solve to really make sure you've got enough cash flow and that sort of thing, I want you to be like, I am going to be laser focused on selling 10 of those clients or 20 of those clients. Like, that is my whole focus. And then what is the plan to achieve that? Okay. What is the specific plan to achieve that? What happens, that's not what's happening, right? And this is part of the overwhelm. This is part of the overwhelm. The overwhelm is that you guys are trying to do too many things, right? And so my favorite quote from Confucius, the man who chases 2 rabbits catches none. Now, when you have a business my size and you have a team like I do, you can have multiple results because different people are after different results, right? There's different people on the team that are creating different things on our business that they're responsible for. So we are moving forward multiple things at one time because I have a team. Let me just tell you, if I did not have my team, I would be doing exactly what I'm telling you to do right now. I would be following one course until successful. And so I want you to look at what is it that you have on your plate and what can you let go of, right? What is the one course of action? And drop it below. What's the one course of action that you need to follow until the end of the year? What is the big thing you need to follow until the end of the year? What's that look like, right? What's that look like? And then you need to create the plan to achieve it. I want to talk a little bit about the difference between strategies and tactics. Strategy is the why and like the overarching map. Tactics are the how we're going to execute that map. So strategy is, I want to go from here to New York, and I want to have, this is the route I'm going to take, right? The tactics are things like, I need to pick the car I'm going to take. I need to get gas in the car. I need to pack suitcases. I need to, right? Tactics are the how, right? Tactics are they are the how of what it is that you're doing. So my other favorite quote that you guys have heard before is from Lao-Tzu, where he says, strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. But tactics without strategy is the noise before the defeat. A majority of entrepreneurs that are not getting the results that they desire are focused on tactics. There is no strategy. You guys are just doing a bunch of stuff. And I see this, I literally see this even when I get to consulting in businesses that are even making like $500,000 a year, right? They're so focused on like, we're doing stuff, we're doing stuff, we're doing stuff, we're doing stuff. So we're going to do more stuff. We're going to hustle. We're going to grind. Who the hell is tired of hustling and grinding? Like, forget it. Strategy is the new hustle right there. Strategy is the new hustle. If you want to start working smart and you want to stop, if you want to stop working hard and you want to start working smart, you need to get strategic. And that means that we no longer just do stuff. So if you tell me, well, I'm doing this social media campaign, I'm going to ask why? For what purpose? How are you utilizing social media as a part of the overarching strategy to achieve the result you desire? If you cannot answer those questions, then you are operating tactically, which means that you are going to be wasting time, energy, and money, right? Doing stuff is expensive. So the first CEO trick is you gotta focus. You gotta follow one course until successful strategically. We identify the result we want. We develop a strategy to get that result. And then we consistently execute the tactics to fulfill on that strategy. I'm gonna say that again. We identify the desired result, then we develop a strategy to get that result, then we create a tactical plan and execute those tactics consistently to fulfill on the strategy and achieve the result. Okay? Strategy always comes first. Strategy always precedes actions. Okay? So that's my first tip. My second tip for you is around productivity. How many of you here struggle with productivity, right? And what does that struggle? Yes, Bear says, that's my challenge, doing tactics before established strategy. It's like putting the cart before the horse. Yes, it's exactly putting the cart before the horse. It's exactly what it is. And that's why we teach the profitology process, is because the profitology process automatically gets the cart behind the horse. And we make sure that you've got the right horse and the right cart to get you where you want to go, right? That is the crux of what sets us apart from everyone in the marketplace, okay? So really important that you get those things in the right order. And Bear, by the way, you are not alone. A majority of entrepreneurs are working that way, which is why we are so passionate about getting the profitology process out into the world. All right. So the second thing is productivity, right? So when you guys are struggling with productivity, what does that look like? What does that look like for you? I'd love to hear you drop it below. Does it look like procrastination? Does it look like you get through the day and you feel like you've done a lot of stuff, but then nothing really gets done? Do you feel like, you know what I mean? Like, do you feel like all of a sudden you looked up and you were surfing Facebook for 4 hours? You know, maybe it is that you're really, really, really busy, but you are not focused on the highest payoff activities. We're going to talk about that in number 3. I'm going to teach you something that is going to be super, super effective. It is something I do with my own team. Okay. It is something that I do with my own team. I'm going to actually give you 2 little mini tools that we are currently using inside of our business to keep everyone laser focused on the result. Okay. So number 1, we've got a strategy, right? We're focused. We are following one course, you know, or different teams are following one course. We know exactly what we're doing, right? We know what we're doing. Okay. Now we need to make sure we laser focus from one step to the next. So one of the things that we just created in our business is what we call the priority board. And Natalie that works with me, you guys know Natalie, she's the lead strategist of the Marketing Millionaires Business Accelerator Program. She has created a board, and we use a Trello board, which is free. And we literally, every single one of our team members has a daily priority Trello board. And what we're doing is, because we have a lot of things on the plate, right? You know, we're in the middle of really changing. We're gonna be revealing this in the next few weeks. We are really doing some revamping on the back end of our business as well as in our programs. And again, we're going to be announcing that. So again, make sure you book your welcome call so you can stay in the circle. So on our priority board, it gives us a glance of what every single person needs to be working on right now. And then if God forbid, yeah, Jasmine, both Natalie and Jasmine said, I love our priority board. I love our priority board. It has been a game changer in our company. And so what does that priority board look like for you? And if you've got a team, let me just tell you, I wish that we had done this before, because this priority board allows us to switch things very, very quickly in between our team. So if something happens, you know, like let's say there's a fire, we now can make a conscious, deliberate choice. All right, well, I'm supposed to be working on this, right? But now this comes up, and if there's any confusion, the team can go to their manager and say, okay, well, this is what I'm working on. Where does this fall on the priority board? And the managers are looking at this priority board all day long and moving things accordingly with what is most important in order for us to achieve the overarching company result and goal. Okay, so we have clarity about what that is. We've got the strategy. Now we've got the priority board. Okay, so that's number one. We use Trello. It's free. It's easy. Priority board. Make sure you've got a priority board on there. And by the way, we do not prioritize. It's not necessarily tasks that are on there. It's more like projects, right? We use a project management software for our tasks. These are projects, right? These are projects. So they are sets of tasks that someone is working on, because we want people to laser focus on sets of tasks at one time. The other thing that we do with our team is what's called time blocking. And what time blocking is deliberately going into your calendar. And I believe that I've taught, I can't believe if I don't remember if I taught this in here, or I definitely taught it. I mean, if you guys are in Profitology Business Incubator or Marketing to Millionaires MBA, I believe you have access to it. Definitely PBI has access to it. So what we do is we, you know, especially for our team that can tend to get overwhelmed or they've got a lot on their plate, we time block. So there's a couple different ways to do it. I'm just going to give you the high level here. Number one is you can time block whole days. Like Monday is my admin day. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is my client service day. And Friday is my marketing day for the next week, marketing and sales, right? Hopefully you're doing sales like every single day, but you know, that's kind of what you're working on. Now with our team, we've done it where we're giving people different, like we've blocked out time for projects, we've blocked out time for meetings and that sort of thing. Okay, so getting it on your calendar. You guys know commitment shows up in two places, your calendar and your bank account. So if you are committed to getting results in your business, you need to make sure that you've got the most important things on your calendar. And if you are needing support, right, because it's the smartest thing to do is to learn from people that can help you do it way faster. You know, would do things to, you know, leapfrog and not have to learn things the hard way. Like you want to shorten your learning curve as much as humanly possible. It's got to be on your calendar. So get it on your calendar. Okay. The last CEO tip that I want to use, and that's the other thing too, by the way, you need to get the oxygen mask on yourself first and then get it on your team, right? You got to get organized, get your team organized. Make sure everyone is organized, because if not, you're wasting time, energy, and money. It's really important. Right? So get yourself organized, get your team organized, and them working on what they're supposed to be working on. Then you dive into your task list for those of you who are managing a team. All right. The last one is creating profit. So profit in your company, revenue in your company comes from one thing and one thing only, and that's sales. So one of the things that I see people doing all the time, especially when they're young, and especially now that we're doing so much online marketing, is you guys are unknowingly doing a lot of brand marketing building. You're doing a lot of brand marketing building, and you're doing that under the guise of someone told you that it was an awesome idea to build your list and to gain followers and create engagement. Okay? If you are in a place where you want to add significant revenue quickly, that is the slowest route to the cash. That's the slowest route to the cash. So there is a place for these things. There is a place for social media. There is a place for getting on podcast interviews and things like that. But if you are wanting to create significant ramp ups of cash in your business right now, you need to be working on profit producing activities, which means generating quality leads and following up on those quality leads, right? So even if you are doing something that, let's just say one of the strategies we teach in here is how to create an affluent, attractive webinar, right? So it's very, very different. But the idea is not to get 40,000 people through your webinar and just let them sit themselves out and buy. The idea, I don't even care if you have 10 people on your webinar. You're then following up with them, getting on a phone call with them, and selling them something, right? And so for you to create profit, you need to be thinking about that. Let me just tell you, people are not reading emails like they used to. People are not on social like they used to be, right? We're not able, because of COVID, to get in front of people, which is a much faster strategy, the way we used to. And so what needs to happen is you've got to innovate, and you need to get these high quality leads, and less is more, right? Less is more. Social selling is significantly more effective than just spraying and praying stuff all over online. People that are like, I had this conversation yesterday with someone in my group who's like, I just want to work on Instagram content all day long. And I was like, cool. Do you want to be broke? Because that's what's going to happen, right? The whole point of this, the whole point of even posting any kind of content is to increase brand awareness, build credibility, and really get people to engage so that you can take it offline and book a sales conversation with them, qualify them and book a sales conversation with them. Otherwise, people have stopped acting strategically in any of these types of marketing initiatives. It's what is the point of you doing that? It goes back to that question. And if you want to create profit in your business, you need to be prioritizing sales activities. So marketing, strategic marketing done correctly, right? Strategic marketing done correctly is the act of putting yourself out there, making sure people know who you are, getting them to engage with you at a level of raising their hand to say, yeah, I'm interested in learning more, right? I'm interested in furthering the conversation. So all of the things that, now I'm oversimplifying this because there's lots of things you need to do in order to get the wrong ones to go away and the right ones to raise their hand. But that's what it is. It's like getting in front of them so they know who you are and getting them to raise their hand and say, yeah, I'd like to learn more. Sales is the activity that is where you get the people on your calendar and you have a conversation about whether or not they want to enroll in your programs. That's, or, in your programs and your services, in, sign up to work with you in whatever way, where you're going to be doing the client getting. What's happening is so many people are spending so much time on marketing and they're doing mass marketing, which is not even generating the quality leads that they need, because it's hard to control that with mass marketing. And then they're not prioritizing sales. So you have got to prioritize profit producing activity, and you need to block off your calendar. So what I say for my clients that are looking to really generate large amounts of cash fast is I want to see you doing a minimum of 3 to 4 hours a day of prospecting and appointment booking, and then having those sales calls. Okay, notice I didn't say 3 to 4 hours a day blowing up social media. Notice I didn't say, like getting on a bunch of podcasts that actually don't really have that many listeners, but because it's fun to do podcast interviews. Notice I didn't say writing a book. Those are not profit producing activities. So if you want to create profit, you've got to do profit producing activities, and you need to prioritize that. It needs to be at the top of the chart. Okay. So just in a recap, for those of you who jumped on late, I invite you to go back and listen to this from the beginning. Number one step is you need to focus. Follow one course until successful. Act strategically, not tactically. Number two is you need to focus on to get productive. I'm a big fan of priority boards and also time blocking. And the third thing is that to create profit, you've got to prioritize profit producing activities, a minimum of 3 to 4 hours a day of prospecting, setting appointments, and doing sales calls, right? Because that's all it's about, right? That's all it's about. So with that being said, I do want to wrap up really quickly because a bunch of people have joined with, please make sure and remember to immediately go and do the unit number 1 or put it in your calendar. Make sure you complete unit number 1. Make sure that you get on your Profit Concierge calendar to do the welcome call. I believe those are being held with Sarah. So please make sure that you get that done so that you can stay in the circle, because again, we've got some amazing events coming up. We are going to post those events, but we want to make sure that you don't miss out on them. All right, everyone, I want to thank you so very much for joining me today for Training Thursday. Drop the topics that you want to know below, because we're building out our December, January, and February topics for Training Thursday. We'd love to know what it is that is going to be most helpful for you. If you need anything from us, please reach out to our help desk. And until next Thursday, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye, everyone.